we're behind the curtain now.
Oh, behind the curtain now. I can see your feet. It's kind of creepy.
That's not my foot.
Go. Scotty's in. Gareth's in. Stuart Drummond is in.
It's chatting, isn't it?
It is.
Started without us.
Bob Clark's in. Andy Fairchild's in. Rufus Kane, he's in. Dave Wright is in. They're all in. They're all in.
Andy, Stu, Gareth, Bob, Scotty.
Oh, Johan's
Rufus. In. Johan.
He's here.
Still no dog shit sniffer. Should we start a campaign?
Where is dog shit sniffer? Let's do it on Facebook. Missing person.
How did YouTube allow that name?
They don't give a shit.
No.
They don't care. They don't care. We get porn bots in the chat. They don't give us a shit.
Yeah.
Everything's just bot. Have you posted on Insta spam recently? You're like vaping in there, and it's just get 8 vaping bots.
I need to close that page or somehow because I want my own for me as a normal human.
I was just replying to bots the other day with like, "Go and get thrush. Hope you get run over. Shoot yourself."
Doesn't that go against you as a creator?
No, I'd already reported them. It doesn't make any difference. They're all bollocks anyway. They're not real people, and I can say what you want. Why the fuck do Instagram sort out their bot problem? And they're not even. They're just shit, cheap, crappy bots, which is pissing me off even more.
They've all gone quiet now because they're so entertained.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's now just a radio show.
Can they hear us?
I think so. I think Johan said "rock on, babies," which made me think they can hear us. They can hear us. Robots, yeah, bots. They can hear us. Stuart can hear us.
Why? What did we say about robots?
I said about bots on Instagram.
Fine. Vapor Caper's in. All right, let's roll intro.
Are you playing it? Right? Ooh, cheeky.
That was Travis was in the window. Hope you were playing it loud, like we were in the studio. Welcome to the new Ohm Show.
You missed me go. I went like that. Oh, pube, right? And I thought that'd be a funny way to start the show. And then you went with that. You took me away.
New Ohm Show, chapter 90 plus, 92-ish. Roughly, you're losing count now. This is what happened with the old show. The numbers get too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too high.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us in full Technicolor. We've got John with me, as always. Looking really well tonight.
Excellent. A bit blue.
Yeah, I don't think you should fix that lamp.
It does make everything worse. I do agree.
No, you look fine. You look really good. And John's going to be talking to us about vaping and stuff. We got some new stuff. We got some real world news. We got some vape news. We got beer. We got vapes. Going to be a bit of squonking, some stuff and some things.
Really enjoying the beer as well. It's really good.
Yeah, it's going down well, isn't it?
Oh,
I went on Stag do, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Talking a bit. We'll talk about that later. Stay tuned for that Stag chat. We're going to be talking about celebrity
hashtag Stag chat.
Hashtag Stag chat.
That'll
be trending worldwide within
minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're talking about celebrity encounters, aren't we?
Yeah, well, that's from 2 years ago, but they're funny. They're still. I went. What it was, I accidentally bumped it. No, I didn't. I got a joke that Mick Shoyer, Magic Man Mick, made on the thread on Facebook 2 years ago. I got the joke, and so I thought, I better click laughing emoji, and then he replied to himself with,
"That's all it takes."
Took you 2 years to get it. Which is true. It did take me 2 years to get it. It was. He said someone said they'd met Tony Robinson, and he replied, "He's going to jail soon."
Really?
But he was talking about Tommy Robinson.
Oh right.
Was the joke? That was what made me laugh. It's ridiculous. It's just it goes nowhere. And then I just read
what
back.
A show though.
Yeah, it is a show. It's
news, vape news, news stuff, Stag chat.
If that was a menu, you'd be like, "Whoa, It's almost
Too much choice.
Too much choice.
Didn't need the pictures.
Overfaced. It's a tasting menu.
Yeah,
You're just getting
why
it
is
all.
this not laminated?
Why is it on the chain?
Yeah, so that's a thing. What are you mentioned it. What are you drinking? What are you vaping?
I am drinking on. I am drinking on Vocations, Life and Death. But you know, some days it kind of
Good beer.
comes up. You get all of it, the flavours. I don't know why, but they're all coming through today. It's very tropical. I'm getting a very tropical experience with it. I'm drinking less since Christmas, so I think that's probably it. I'm on a. I was going to say it's self-imposed, but that would be a lie. I'm on a wife-imposed beer thing, and so
I get more from it.
I enjoy more.
Yeah,
at the moment. I'm on a Wednesday Sunday kind of scheme, but I'm enjoying the Wednesday Sundays. Sundays, people go, "Why would you do it on Sundays? It's a work day the next day." But you can have a nap in the afternoon. This is fine.
Yeah, but when you wake up from the nap, is that it?
Sometimes we'll have another one, like a stiffener, and then big mug of tea. Couple of digestive biscuits.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever works.
Watch Kate try and defuse a bomb.
Yeah, that's finished now, isn't it?
I know, thank fuck for that. We're watching something even worse. Anyway, I am vaping on. What am I vaping on? I've got this badass, the Surin Air. I'm going to get a new mod in the next week, just to show you next week, because so you've got something else to see. I will. I'll get an atomizer and everything else, and I've got a disposable peachy. What's that drag bar thing? Whatever they call it. No, mango.
Yeah, that's mango. That one.
Mango, which is a better colour than the peach, which looks like flesh. Still going, because I don't use it very often. I will say, I mean, it's still going. Hasn't run out.
Yep.
There's more in this than the Elf bar.
You reckon?
Definitely. That ran out really quick. They're a bit of fun. They sell one, and you know, there's certain people they love those. The customers I have who like them, and the Elf bar now you can get the Elf with the pods. I've got a local tattooist. Is a podder, and she's been in and bought the pods. I bought them especially, and so that's good. At least they're moving on. Richardo, what are you vaping on? What are you?
Maybe they will just gradually morph into what we know.
I think they will. I think they'll just go around.
If the brand is strong enough, people will go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the moment, it's very strong. Yes. So drinking. Starting with the bad one. BrewDog Lost Lager.
BrewDog Lost. It's not good, is it?
It's a wife beer. And if you've seen the Horizon, mainly bollocks, all that.
What?
If you've seen the Horizon special that they did on BrewDog, then most of the stuff on this is complete bollocks, allegedly.
Oh, is this why they treat everybody brilliantly and etc. etc. etc.
They're awful, yeah, and they haven't planted any trees yet, apparently. So for all that gusto,
get on your BrewDog.
They applied to the Scottish government for £500,000 to go towards the planting, and they were like, "You're worth $2 billion.
You do it.
Maybe you do it. It's what you've told all your customers you're going to do."
Yeah, not only
and
that.
They were like, "Well, if you're not going to help us."
It's a write-off as well. For taxes, it's a write-off, isn't it? You can just write it off. It's tax, who cares?
They used it as an opportunity. Well, also it was a write-off because they purchased like 50 acres of woodland.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've heard that before.
That remains as an asset.
Bit of help with this. Get an accountant. They'll help you with that. It'll disappear. Why do you give a shit? Don't worry about it.
After that, we know how we feel about them. After that, I've got a Juice Forsyth.
Oh yeah, I like
Juice
those.
Forsyth.
That's
from
from
York.
Brew York. Yeah.
Brew York are excellent. I
agree. They make the best sour they've ever had. I don't really like sours, but I like that.
They're a very good outfit. This isn't their best,
Look,
but I just fancied it.
I like Goose Willis, which is their gooseberry full sour. It's lovely on a hot day. Fucking lovely beer, that.
And then I've got a Tram by Salt.
Nice. My mate used to work for them. They're Yorkshire, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. What's that? What's that? What punch is that packing? That's a triple, isn't it?
It's at 8%.
Whoa. Quite like that as a noise.
Why doesn't it say? Oh, Bingley.
Bingley.
Saltaire.
Is that Yorkshire?
It's Bradford postcode.
Yeah, it's what my mate worked there. He didn't work there well, but he did work there. I know. He sent me a box of beers, and I was like, hey, dude, that's a bit much. And he went,
yeah, and they're pricey as well.
We said I didn't pay for it.
No, that's what I mean.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's good. That was good. That is very good. Vaping on the K-front on the MVP with cactus in there.
Nice.
Got the thingamajig still, the Saurin.
Saurin mod. How did that? How was that on #Stag?
I didn't take.
Pain. That's pain.
I've still got all those Watofo pods.
Yeah,
so I just took those.
Makes sense.
This is the last bit of juice in here, and then I'm moving to those higher ohm coils.
Oh yeah, you got the 0.6. Yeah.
Excited about that. The amazing core life on that one that I did have. MVP pods, still use that. It's very good. And then I've got the rabbit on the Gua with Sweet Pea from Just Had Nick.
Lovely job.
And a little bit of Nicolia in the Goon.
Very nice. I think I'm on the last litre in this shop of Nicolia.
I'm not surprised.
It just went. I was going to do a sale on it, like a little one. The other day, I did a little one on the group, but I was just like, I can't. It's not enough of only that.
Yeah. So, have you ordered some more?
I've got cannoli on the way, so it'll be after that.
Right.
Look at that.
So, oh well, drink through the head like a man. So that is what I'm drinking and vaping. Real world news, John. Anything caught your eye from the real world?
We haven't been on for 2 weeks, have we? So Russia has invaded Ukraine.
Oh really? That wasn't a thing last time we were on.
No, I don't think so. No.
I think it's going to drag on, isn't it?
Well, yeah. There's a few glimmers of something that might stop it, which is
what, a golden bridge? That's what they're calling it, apparently. Putin needs a golden bridge.
Oh,
as a political reason to end the conflict that makes him not look too bad.
Oh, China have kind of said they're not really up for it. So that was yesterday, which is a bit of a game change for Putin. And the other thing is the soldiers. I realise there is a massive problem where the soldiers, when they left, were on £140 a month in rubles, the conscripts. But as the rubles smashed through the floor, they're on about £5. So they might, once they get wind of that, they might just fuck off themselves.
Well, they weren't super up for it when they said
no. But I mean, just now, just got to go, how much are we getting? £140 a month. You know, it's not bad. We get free food. Was it a £5? Suck my dick. I'm going to.
Yeah, some have, haven't they, apparently.
Yeah,
one thing I've noticed about this conflict, a bit heavy, maybe a bit heavy. Obviously, we're fully behind Ukraine, and we think it's awful and everything. I think one thing that has really stood out to me is there's a lot of talk about Russia's propaganda and how they have a closed media thing in Russia, and all that's true, obviously, and all that. But what I've really noticed from this conflict is we are subject to propaganda quite a lot as well.
We do it all the time. We did it all the way through Iraq.
It's incredibly transparent in this conflict, though. Like,
and it hangs around.
Russia aren't making any progress. Ukraine are doing a great job, and these things, and then the next minute, it's clips of an entire city crumbling.
There's still bits. There's still bits that come up now from propaganda from like Vietnam. It don't make any sense. Like that people say to you, and you go, "Well, that's not true." No, okay, no, mate, it's bollocks. Yeah, we just say awful shit.
I've been surprised, sort of, just as a casual observer, of just the way our media has portrayed this whole thing so far.
I do think critical thinking is dead now. I mean, the art of this was my joke I did the other day, and I stand by it. I think it's a good little set. All these right. So previously, it was COVID is made up. We're just going to go through conspiracy theories. COVID is made up. It's just a plan. It's just from the man or the Illuminati or whatever. And then it was masks. No. What they do, they're trying to get you to inhale too much carbon dioxide, and then it messes with your brain. Right. And then they went in the vaccinations. They've actually killed more people than COVID. And every time one of these fucking mental cases run out of stuff to say, a new one comes along. And so now they're saying, you heard about the old fake war? Totally fake. It's not happening. What they're doing is they're using an excuse to launch a nuclear missile. Now, my issue with all of these conspiracy theories and the people who say them is the people who say them don't act like they're true. You know, if they're going to launch a missile in the next couple of days. If I believe that to be true, fuck society's rules. I would just be in the co-op just clearing shelves off. What are you doing? Whatever I want, mate. Fuck off. World's ended on Tuesday.
Getting a spade and loads of tinned food.
You don't give a shit. Yeah, when they said that everyone was being vaccinated with death, they were just like, "What's your stand against it? I'm not having it." That's it. That's where they're going to kill. They're going to kill 8 billion people, and you've just gone. It's their choice. That's really.
It's just not how they do it.
No,
just put it in a batch of Evian.
Yes, do whatever. Put it in, drop it in the sewage treatment plant. Fucking why are they pissing around with this? It doesn't make any sense. It's far too many moving parts and faking.
It's scary how often they do it in films.
What's that?
Poison the water supply.
Yeah,
like the ultimate supervillain thing. It's obviously the easiest way. If all the supervillains, that's their plan, then it's obviously their plan.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work in the UK. It would work in, as we know from the water supply in the US is quite shit. But it wouldn't work in the UK because we test. It doesn't go anywhere. It just gets thrown. Weirdly, I asked my brother-in-law works on logic gates for water treatment plants, and I said to him, what would happen if somebody hacked the system and dumped all the chlorine in? So it was like fatal level of chlorine. I said, but let me just get ahead of this by saying, I think that your system would instantly dump it. That there's an override, which would mean it wouldn't even check with the system whether it was okay. It would just go, no, and throw it. And he went, yeah. And I said, and you can't override that. And he went, no, it's impossible. Second, we've got the toxic level of chlorine. You hack the system, whatever. It just throw it straight away. It just you just get a parts per million sample and go nope, and just fling it into the sea. So
where do you stand on Bruce?
I don't. He's meant to be a cunt, but I don't mind if. I don't really care. I didn't want.
I respect it.
Strictly Come Dancing. I mean, he's dead now, so there's no hassle.
I respect it though. 60-year career in the showbiz.
We used to watch Generation Game when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Saturday night, sit down, whole family, watch Generation Game.
It was another one of those weird-looking blokes who, in the modern day, wouldn't get no place on telly.
No, and one of the others, him and Paul Daniels, were the only two people who said that I'm gonna wear a toupee, deal with it.
Yeah,
and that was it. Just like Paul Daniels just had a wig on for 50 years, no one could give a shit. And same with Bruce Forsyth. Funny because Jim Davidson then got Generation job. My stepdad wouldn't have it on the telly. Put it on and he'd go, no, not that one. You go, why is that? And he'd go, I do not like him. Turns out he was right. He is a pretty horrible prick.
Yeah.
Generation.
So that's that. Any other news? Nothing else is really. It's heavily dominated the old news, isn't it?
Nothing's happening, is it? I mean, a huge refugee crisis coming out of Ukraine. I mean, we are being ridiculous. I think what we should have done, just to keep our foreign secretary happy, because she's half woman, half mouse, we should have just given all Ukrainian refugees a dairy slice.
I think we'll.
And then she'd have been like that.
I think we'll get them in.
I really like the idea of Liz going.
I just don't think we're capable of organising anything quickly.
Liz going, no, they can't come in. And they've got cheese, and Liz going, why didn't you say so?
Yeah, no, I think we'll get them in.
Liz Truss.
We'll sort it.
She got given the job, and then it went wrong, which is what always happens. She took a job she shouldn't have, and now we've got a foreign secretary in the time of a war who's fucking shit.
Sod's law, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always the way.
We'll get them in. I think we'll get them in. I think it'll be all right.
They've just got.
I think we need them.
Yeah, they've just got to fuck it off. They've just got to fuck off the visa requirement. It's so stupid. Just get rid of it.
The requirement should be Ukraine passport.
That's it. Well, that's exactly what's been said in the comments. What it should be is I'm Ukrainian. Okay, get in here then. It doesn't really matter. Had a good joke with somebody.
You've got to jump quick as well with refugees.
Yeah, otherwise they get snatched up.
Otherwise you get the shit ones.
Yeah, you get all the rubbish ones.
That's what Germany do every time.
Yeah, Poland did it as well. They got 1 million so far. They're probably all the real prime cuts. We just got rubbish.
Really fit ones.
All the slow one.
Yep. No.
Nah, not you, mate.
Yeah. That's the danger if we're not careful.
Here's a dairy slice. Go and get in that queue. What's that for? Don't worry about it.
Actual vape news?
Yeah, I've got actual vape news. Quite proud of my cheese joke. That was a cheese callback, for anybody wondering.
Yeah, we don't want to be Stilton waiting on them to come in. We don't want them to be mature.
Don't be a baby, Belle, about it. We have got.
I don't give a damn.
We've got. Look, John's done a mouse. I thought it was Liz Truss scared me, Chris. The scum. The sun.
I thought Liz Truss got her own emoji.
That is, just needs a little suit and a little Russian hat like she did in St. Peter's Square.
In a suit, it looked too much like Danger Mouse's sidekick.
Oh, Penfold, yeah. That was a hamster.
No one knows for sure.
They do. It was a hamster. They found out it was a hamster.
Yeah, but why do you have glasses then?
Why has he got clothes on? Why did they live in a post box?
He looked like a mole and he had glasses. Oh, obviously, moles are famously badly sighted.
Blind, I think.
Exactly.
Really good.
Yeah, no, I still think it's massive for Dix. They asked the creator, didn't they?
He says a hamster.
And he said a hamster. And everyone was like, well...
I don't think so, chum. Anyway. Imagine doing that. Penfold, what's that? Hamster. No, it's not. Anyway.
It's my programme.
Whatever, mate.
Is it?
It's my telly. That's a fucking mole.
Was Danger Mouse wearing trousers?
No, just a utility belt.
Yeah. That's class look, isn't it? Just belt and no trousers.
Just cock out, belt, no trousers. Yeah.
I'm going to rock that.
Yeah, I do at Christmas. It just makes it more interesting. You get less guests the second year, I always think. First year...
I wouldn't do it for guests.
They hang around. Second year, they're like, don't go there. It's got that utility belt. I heard it on the phone, jangling. Right.
What's he got in it? Just a pair of pants.
And a bottle opener. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Some matchsticks, chocolate ones.
Yeah. Toothpick.
And some mistletoe. The scum. Serious face. The scum. Lasting damage. I thought it was his name was Lasting Damage. It's not.
No, it's not. That's what he looks like.
I was left with the lungs of an 80-year-old smoker at 16. Not in a will. This was from vaping.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so weird. Someone's paying for these now because there's about 3 this week, but I've just picked one of this. A teenager who switched from cigarettes to vaping was left with the lungs of an 80-year-old after the organs failed. Ewan Fisher smoked cigarettes but made the switch in order to improve his boxing skills. But at the age of 16, his lungs failed the night before he was due to start his GCSE exams. Did they? Okay, Ewan, the night before.
Well, we'll give you the predicted grades then, Ewan.
He spent weeks in intensive care and then needed an artificial lung in order to survive. Ewan spent 10 weeks in hospital as the doctors sought to save his life. Now 20, he says he still struggles with breathing. He had dreams of becoming a professional fighter.
I'm reading.
He had dreams of becoming a professional fighter, but now he says his dreams are dashed. There's quite a good bit in quotes here. It says, they said that my lungs look like...
His dreams have been dealt a heavy blow.
Heavy blow. Fantastic. They said that my lungs look like an 80-year-old who had been smoking all their life. comma. So they must have been pretty horrible.
From baby.
From a baby. This is where it starts to fall apart, though, right? Because they have to. The trouble is with all this crap, underneath a big load of shit, they have to put.
Go on.
They have to talk about it being real, kind of things. They say here. Soon after he was taken to Leicester and attached to an artificial lung, or ECMO. This is the extracorporeal membrane oxygenation machine. Ewan developed a condition called hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Something he was breathing in was setting off his immune system with catastrophic consequences. Now, they didn't actually check what it was, because it's one of those things. This I did check before the show. I checked. This hypersensitivity pneumonitis is more commonly caused by bird feces and mold. They're your two things. It wasn't checked. They didn't go, well, we need to rule out one thing or the other. It's just been assumed now that it's vaping. Despite the dangers, Ewan said others still see vaping as a safe alternative. To be fair, you were a noob. 4 years, I'm 10 in, and I haven't had this yet. When I went into hospital, they took my vape, and I was vaping Blue Flush, blackberry flavour, it says in the brackets, in case you went, Blue Flush, what's that? And I had
Surely blueberry flavour.
And I had one that was rhubarb and custard. It's that sort of stuff that got me addicted. I thought probably not. Nicotine does that. Those sweet flavours are addictive. No, they're not. Nicotine is, and they entice young people. They said you can get sweet flavours, blah 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 blah. I just thought this was such a really weird article when he could have just got it down to that he'd got a lung condition that's usually more commonly caused by bird feces and mould, and basically mould spores in the air, which some people are hypersensitive to. Fucking ridiculous. Really, really stupid.
I just think that I sympathise with this kid a lot.
I don't know.
We're having a laugh on this. And I sympathise with this kid a lot, but I think it comes down to the numbers on this, the numbers game.
Yeah. If you got one in.
What are we looking at now, worldwide vapors? 60 million?
Yeah.
Ish.
How many have been proven to have died directly from vaping, from inhaling, not exploding battery?
On a legal vape, none.
None.
And that, for me, that's this. You're gonna get some people, for whatever reason,
it could
shouldn't vape.
He could be hypersensitive. That's absolutely true.
It could be high sensitivity, and you're gonna get the 1 in a million that shouldn't vape.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
He could be allergic to nickel as well. Yeah, that was the other thing. Like we know from other vapors.
You can be allergic to silica as well.
Yeah, and I know from vapors we've got in the group they can't vape nickel but the thing was it was relative, because they were already vaping and they were vaping on Canthal, and then they tried something else and they couldn't work out what was causing it. Then they changed, but the blanket going is just vaping. Such an odd thing. I had a customer once who was allergic to raspberry flavour. Like, could go into
something in it, yeah.
Anaphylaxis.
I think the numbers are against this kid. Like, I just think some people just shouldn't vape, but
yeah, exactly.
Ultimately, there's millions and millions of people.
Can you imagine that? If you went, here you go. If you went, serious, this is true. Like I went, okay, you can either smoke or vape, and they went, oh, dangers. What are the dangers? And there's a 50% chance if you take up this habit and you keep doing it, it will kill you. There is a 50% chance. Directly contribute to your death. What about that one? There is a 1 in 60 million chance this could kill you. It'd be like, give me the cigarette. I'm not messing about with that. I don't want a hypersensitivity. Yeah, it's a problem. Even if you put the American bullshit figures in and say add the 80 or so who dies, you're still 68 million to 80 chance of dying. Yeah. Well, I'll take that then, because the other way is 34
nearly
million.
A million to 1, isn't it?
Yeah, really couldn't give a fuck. Just give me that thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and yeah. I think that's it, innit? That's all we can say. Really.
We've got a famous person in chat, Ed the Duck. I haven't seen him since the 80s.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? He's a real life friend of mine.
Oh, was it really?
I think he's just popping on to be a knob.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Dan. Yes, so that's that one. You got one more?
Oh, I got another one. Yeah. It's weird now.
One more,
Norms are in the
and then
house.
some new stuff.
That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, I always know this. Good the questions chat actually, because I know this will affect some people. I remember talking about this previously, so it's worth it. Daily Mail. Diabetes warning over e-cigarettes. Vaping devices could raise risk of high blood sugar, scientists say. It's quite weird actually, because I remember the Diabetes Foundation and lots of diabetic consultants being asked this question in the past.
It does do the round. It does do the rounds. This,
and it doesn't. Like we've got. I want to know if you've got type 2 or you're type 1 diabetic and you're in chat, help us out and let us know what your bloods, if your bloods do go up, because as far as I knew, the sweetener that we use isn't the same. It's not sugar, it's burn, but it wouldn't cause a hypo, as far as I know. Oh, damn! This is what I was saying. They said e-cigarettes could cause a risk of high blood sugar levels. Well, there's no sugar in it, so I don't know how.
The logic being the old Diet Coke problem, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
you have a Diet Coke, your body thinks it's about to get loads of sugar,
and then it bungs loads of insulin
in
your way.
Yeah, and then nothing.
You don't get it. But that's not what they're saying. They're saying a high blood. They're saying a high blood sugar level.
Oh right. Oh, that's bollocks then.
Yeah. I agree with you. That is a phenomenon that you could think, I'm about to get this, and so your spleen goes piss off and chucks a load in, and then brings your blood sugar level down, and then you collapse. That's not what they're saying. E-cigarettes could raise the risk of high blood sugar levels, putting you on the brink of diabetes. Well, people who puff on vaping devices are 22% more likely to have high blood sugar. But that I think cause and effect is fucked. I think you're not. I think you're wrong. I think you've talked to the people who also like donuts, because that doesn't make any sense. Known as pre-diabetes, compared with those who've never used them. Traditional cigarettes make people 40% more likely to develop type 2, but it seems e-cigarettes might have an effect on blood sugar levels too. Scientists want public health campaigns to discourage people from using the devices. But where's this shit coming from? I want to know who's paying for these pieces in the paper. Because I don't believe them.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
Gotta be farmer.
I know. We've talked to we've definitely got diabetic members of the Facebook group, and how in my old SV role had diabetic members. And I remember it being no problem.
Yeah.
I remember everyone shitting themselves over asthmatic people have been made so much better by vaping. And I don't believe. I think we'd have noticed it. I think, was it 1 in 10 people who've got diabetes? I think
it would have come up as if it was a major issue. It'd have come up by now.
Big Tom's type 2 vapes like a bucket of liquid every day.
Yep, correct.
Dan's got diabetes.
Type 2's the not as bad one.
Yeah. It's the possibly curable one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one you get, not the one you're born with.
Yes. So.
Oh, Dan's it. Dan, no, it's not Dan. It's not Big Dan, is it?
Dan J.
Is that Big Dan? No. I thought.
Yeah, he said what I said.
Exactly.
There was a concern years ago.
Yeah, that a sweet flavour.
All these new sweet flavors may cause an insulin
dump. Yeah, but they think that with Diet Coke, but that's not true either. There's so many bad shit in Diet Coke anyway. It doesn't matter. I could already fuck you up. That's fucking stupid. It's full of shit.
I saw this weird sort of diet style documentary thing. And they did this. They did an expo.
Mick Blizzard is type 2. Vaping makes no difference.
Type 2 MF. There you go.
Thanks, Mick.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was about diets and stuff. It was about nutrition and all that. And they got a rugby team, a rugby squad, 24 blokes, and they gave 12 full fat Coke and 12 Diet Coke. And they didn't know which one they'd add. And then every lunch is a buffet.
Oh, well, how much they'd eat?
Yeah, and the guys on Diet Coke were eating on average 500 calories more.
Yeah, because they compensate.
Than the guys on full fat.
Yeah. Well, this has been noted. I've explained that to people before as well. You might possibly use up energy you don't have, and then you feel hungry.
I think the problem with nutrition's incredibly complicated.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think it's underestimated. Like the basics are incredibly simple, and you don't need to know the complicated. But the complicated, it gets quite nuanced because if you know, normal people know whether having a Diet Coke or not. Do you know what I mean? So it's the not knowing, actually, isn't it? That's the issue there.
I don't even know how you
the
do
buffet
it. They put it up their
situation.
nose or something.
No, they put it in unmarked.
Yeah, I know it was Diet Coke.
I would know, but if you're not a regular drinker of it,
Oh, I suppose that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
I could tell the difference instantly.
They
So
did-
it's like
I remember
Sarah's crazy
seeing
with
an experiment with yeah, that's what I do a thing where if you don't buy it, if you don't buy the stuff, you just don't use it. You don't have it. There was an
If you
experiment.
knew you've had a Diet Coke, I don't think you'd overeat.
No.
You'd be more conscious. I don't know.
It's in the popcorn experiment. They tried to work out if you could fill yourself up on popcorn. It's impossible.
Is it?
Yeah, you can literally sit in the bucket and you never ever be full up. It's just use up. You just sit there, you just graze and then carry on.
Yeah.
They just kept giving people more and more popcorn to see how much they could get them to eat in like 4 hours, and it just didn't matter.
It's not that bad for your popcorn, is it? It's more what they put on it.
Yeah, it's just shit on it.
Right, new stuff. So you'll have to pull up the feed.
I'm pulling up the feed.
Right, so we do have some new stuff. It has helped that we haven't had a show for 2 weeks.
Because it gives us a
Because
backlog.
you get more new stuff, don't you? So we got some new stuff.
That's why we do it.
Let's make sure these are in right order. Yeah, right, okay. The first one, it's been out a little bit, but it's nice to see some proper pictures and stuff, so we'll show it off. This is the Essential RDA from Reload Vapor.
I'm on it. I've got the feed up. I'm
I
waiting
think
for
we
it.
showed some sort of arty pic a few weeks ago. But
I
I've
don't
got
know.
deck pictures now.
Okay. I've got it up. I just
So
see
you got
flash.
You got the big old air hole on the side.
Yeah.
It's a cloudy RDA. I should say that now. Yeah, so you got the big air hole on the side. Now that can be reduced by the inner chamber.
It's kind of a classic. I don't mind it. It's
It's
kind
not bad looking. They
Nah.
always do it without much branding, which I like.
yeah, I could do it without the tip. I don't like, but that's fine. Just take it out.
Swap that. And the deck is specifically designed. I actually quite like the design. The deck is designed specifically so you can very easily do a single or a dual coil.
I
Yes.
saw that. I could see the single, but well,
So the negative and positive
I'm waiting for it.
on this are the other way around. So you've gone negative to positive there, but the one next to the positive is negative, and the one next to the positive is negative. So you can put 2 coils in.
Oh, okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
You can do 2 coils like that.
Are they marked as such? I suppose it wouldn't make any difference. It's not dangerous.
It doesn't
to
matter.
do
As long as you
anything.
if you do it dual, you do it like that.
Yeah, I
If
like
you're
that.
doing single, you do it like an S. So
I'm all right with
there's,
that, yeah.
there's the single coil. Obviously, that's a really chunky single coil, which is what you would need.
you want, yeah.
And that's the dual. So you just put it in normal. So you put it in as 2 U's, or you put it in as 1 S. If you get it.
Yes. No, I haven't got the dual yet. I've just seen the single, obviously. It's pausing to wait for the. Yes, no. It's
As
going to
a-
swap, I reckon, in a second.
As a dual, you would. I reckon if you're
That'll
a
work.
plus 50 watt vapor, the dual would be quite flavorful.
Is that branding on the bottom of the deck? Or is that
I don't know if that's
as a watermark?
yeah.
I think it might be a watermark. Otherwise, it wasn't
I
bad.
think-
I didn't mind it.
Otherwise, I think it is a watermark because it's
Yeah,
too
it's
crisp.
too crisp. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know about the black deck. Is it going to come off? Are we going to inhale that?
The bit that I don't know from these pictures, I don't really understand for these pictures, is the path of the air. If we go back to picture 1,
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
big
going
hole
to
on
go.
the side. I don't actually get where the air goes.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I can. Goes underneath those 2 things, doesn't it?
right.
You'd either have it, or like if the
It
dual.
might not be quiet then.
No. Yeah, that's going to be quite turbulent.
But not a bad one. Cloudy banger. Doesn't
Mark
make
Hall
sense?
says it'd be difficult to get 2-3 mils in there. Yeah, I reckon you're probably right.
I think that is the picture 2-3 mils. That looks like the limit.
Oh, to top. Yeah, but the air's definitely underneath those. Definitely, like you can see the gap in the centre. They're coming through
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And that lip. No, I don't know. Maybe it might be a little bit baffling though. It might not be that bad.
No, I'm not saying it'd be terrible, but it's got a bit to do. The next one we did show last time. Again, it was some weird arty picture. Last time, the real pictures are up now from Vaporesso. It's the Gen 200, and it's the new version. Like we said last time, it was really popular first time around. This, it had a really nice finish on it, which they've kept, and basically they've just stuck a bigger screen on it.
Okay, the Gen 200.
They're just some normal colours, which is nice to see.
It's nice. The left-hand side's nice, and it just goes over there. Fucking idiots.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Who's making that?
Vaporesso.
Okay, that's bad. Yeah.
And there aren't, like we said last time, there aren't many just normal 200-watt mods these days.
No.
So.
Okay, I don't mind that.
USB Type-C. You can stand it up while you charge it.
Nice.
A menu button, which people like.
It's almost Flask-esque. I don't hate it.
It actually, the finish on it is quite similar to the Vapor Shark flask.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Didn't work, did it? It broke.
Yeah, they figured out a way of making it more durable for this. But yeah. Next one. This is a picture from Dean the Devil Vapor. I can't find a good picture from actual Lost Vape people. They did a teaser video, but no pictures. It's a great picture from Dean the Devil Vapor of the Orion Mini.
Oh, we did speak about this, I think, as well.
Yeah. Well, I think it was somewhat weird.
Oh, I keep yawning. There's no oxygen in it.
It's yeah. So this is. Just
I don't remember talking about that.
A little pod AIO pocket jobby.
It's a good pick.
I had the Lost Vape, other one, the Ursa Mini.
Yeah,
it worked very well. So this will probably work very well. It'll be very pocket friendly, like the old pack of cards.
Has it got a board in it? It has, hasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I believe so. In fact, on the opposite side to this side, the button, I think there's a screen.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's a good picture by Dean as well.
Yeah. And there's another picture. That's me pausing the video to take one. Yeah, it'll be alright, you know that? It'll be okay. Pocket friendly. It'll be alright. Moving on. A picture from Todd's reviews. We haven't shown one of Todd's picks for a little bit. Well, apparently this has become a thing in my house now. I can't say little.
What do you say? Little.
I say little bit.
Little bit. What's that mean?
Yeah, you've just got a little bit left.
Oh.
And that's now my family's picked up on that now. So.
I see. Mark Toddlington. Is that his fingerprint on it? Thumbprint or something?
I don't know if it's literally Mark's thumbprint on it, but it's a new one from SVB.
Oh, okay.
This is his new upcoming M21. It's a 21700, kind of a version of the classic.
Right.
It's the classic SVB, if you like, but now in 21700. What I mean by that is, if you look at the outer frame, it's got that finish that he is the only person that does that finish.
Yeah,
heat treated paint thing,
powder coating.
Yeah, which makes it very durable and all these different colours and styles. And then he's got these new doors.
It really reminds me of the old Rusty was one of his first models.
It reminds me a bit of Rick's.
Yeah.
Because obviously he must have used some sort of engravy thing for that door, which like Rick did with his skull design and.
Oh yeah, he did with the acid etching and stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe this is acid. I don't know.
I don't know, but it reminds me of that kind of.
There, that's the Rick one with the.
Not front. Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
But.
What the fucking
the other thing though on this is he's got apparently according to all this and stuff, he's got this really new fire button, and it does look completely different. It's almost it's not, but it looks like an electronical switch. Can you see that?
Yes, it could be a switch. I think it's a switch.
And he said, even Marcus mentioned it in the post. He said, with the most sublime firing button ever. So either that's an in-joke or they've got some sexy new fire button situation going on.
Oh.
So we love Nigel, and he's obviously going to start doing these, apparently. So there we go. This is brand new. We've been looking for proper pictures from Bandy Vape of this for a few weeks. For a little bit. Yeah. This is the Rhino pod from Bandy Vape. And I tell you what, like, it is what it is. But for me, The ergonomics work. I can't believe this hasn't happened already. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see. What's that thing on the side? What's the blue and orange thing?
That's literally some shitty pattern.
Oh, okay. Right. I thought that was a bit of it. Like,
but the actual the way the tank is literally side by side, AIO tank literally on the side of the device. So you've got a full length of a battery and a full length of a tank.
It's been tried before, but gone wrong.
No, it looks a tiny bit square.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Wider than you'd expect.
Yeah, that was always the problem. You're going to end up using loads of space. I never hated it.
And it's an internal battery.
Oh, okay.
But I would be happy with that shape-wise, I think.
Shape-wise, that denim bit's fucking awful. That's the worst I've ever seen.
There'll be a million versions of it, though.
Yeah, condensation-wise, if you're a big vapor, if you want to put like a 0.4 in that, I wouldn't bother.
I'm going to ask in chat what people think of this.
Yeah. Johan says it's a mech button, brother.
Yeah, it's a fully mech device, so
no.
It kind of has to be, doesn't it?
Oh, what Nigel's I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you'd gone off
I'll
on
just
a call.
in chat what people think. I want to know what people think about this. And the other thing that instantly sort of springs to my reviewer head about it, if you picture putting it in your hand, obviously finger firing.
Are you going to cover the
door, though? The moving bit of it is that little door. It's not like a full C-frame, is it?
No.
Is that door going to move in your hand constantly?
That would bother me more about the air, though, because the air is obviously coming into those two grooves on the side as well. I just wondered if
you're going to cover it up as well.
If you're going to cover it with your hand. It depends.
Yes.
It's dependable, isn't it?
Yes, so we used to joke about left-handed, right-handed. This is literally not for left-handers, isn't it?
No.
A left-hander covers that air hole up.
Yeah, I'm a bit both. I've been ambidextrous vapor.
Not with this, you're not.
I would be.
You'd be covering it up, though, wouldn't you?
Well,
the palm of your hand would be right over the top.
Sometimes I'd be covering it up, but the rest of them I wouldn't.
Well, you'd know about it.
Dan Goodchild says it's cute. He'd just like it in a bit of colour.
Yeah, don't worry about the colour. There'll be 10 varieties.
Swirly Merc said Artery did this like 10 years ago.
He's thinking of the PAL, I think. The difference with the PAL is that was kind of a AIO poddy version of a billet. This is switching everything around.
Can you put that's just got a 510? So you can put any tank in there.
No, it won't be 510. It'd be a connection press.
I'm out then, stupid. I don't want it.
Yeah, but no, what do you mean? What 510 would you want to put on it?
510. Just put fucking.
You're wanting a side by side.
Yeah. That's what I do.
No, this will just be a tank. That's a.
If it's what price are we on? Are we like 30 quid? If it's 30 quid, fair enough.
38.99.
That's what. Such a dick.
What? It won't be 30. You won't be able to get it for 30. About
38. It's all right. I'll take it. 38. Like that's a shop mod, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'd need to try before I buy.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of messed up with the ambidextrousness of the holes. There's a hole on either side, so you would only cover it one way or the other.
Right.
Unless you've got big mitts. If you're Scott Bonner, you can never get the drag out of that.
Yeah.
He'll have to hold it.
Would it vape differently depending on how you hold it?
Maybe.
Maybe it's not a big issue because the air you need versus the air that's already swirling around.
Probably, yeah. I can't really see there being that much of a suction issue.
It's a condensation issue, though.
There always is with those internal tanks. That's the thing. Because the outside and that's why.
At least with a billet box, the air is next to the air hole.
Oh, I agree.
That is going in round to the air hole.
That's always been the problem with those mods, is that it does that, and then it gets all slapped on the inside of the door. That's what I think will happen. And the other thing is people who purge and stuff. It'll just be a horrible mess inside.
So the jury is well out on this.
Mark Hall says same coils as in the Bandy Vape, all in one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Same coils.
I don't know. On a similar note is the Sigeli Wocket.
Sigeli Wocket. Designed by Jonathan Ross.
Yeah. Now, this is a bit like the Lost Vape thing that we showed, but obviously made by Sigeli. It's a very slim sort of pack of cards, jobby, AIO. Yeah, it's very sort of simple. Got a little screen on it. 25
Very
watt.
similar, isn't it?
Yeah, there is mods.
It feels like a real
like
step
this.
back to the Orion, doesn't it? Like the
Yeah. Vaping Fagan, who's pictured here, it's his picture. He's calling it the Orion Killer.
Orion Killer. What? 6 years too late, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck that is. 4 years. 4 years
4
after.
years in the sun. Goodbye, Orion.
Bang! Put it down. Like, who the fuck's got Orion?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think-
it's just nice
what do you
to see
think? I think-
Sigeli that aren't dead.
I think this is going to be the kind of stuff at Expo in May. This.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I think it's going to be these mods.
The screw. There's a screw on it. Can you see that bit? Not the drip tip, but the other.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. The fill. I assume it's a filter tip. More.
Yeah, that fits a long way from the actual tank.
Yeah, but that's been done as well. And
It'll just dribble its way
downhill, dribble downhill.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you remember that? The first time I ever saw an Orion was at Expo.
I was a bit of a fan.
Gary Dibley had one. I did. I never had one though. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
I don't. Somewhere around, I had the affordable one, the whatever they called the affordable line, and it was all right, you know. So that's.
I will
that's
say,
new.
Drunky Monkey talking about that part. The previous was the tank will be as moist as a used tampon in half a day.
Yeah.
In the same, is that a used tampon for half a day? Used tampon or a full day's tampon in half a day of the tank? We need to know.
Well, a used one. Did he say used?
Used tampon. So I suppose fully submerged.
You might be able to use the tampon to somehow.
Yeah,
Right,
but put it in there. Keep it in.
Yeah.
They might be able to,
Pack it with cotton.
or put a very small pad in there. Very small period products pad, and then put the wings out of those two flaps and stick them to the side. Like that.
Yeah.
This is very small.
You almost need a mechanism for how juicy that is going to be in there.
Yeah. They never ever think of that. It happens every fucking time. Who's going to Expo? That's the thing. We haven't even spoken about that. Expo in Birmingham in May. It's in May. It's in May.
It doesn't seem to be getting a lot of press.
Well, I've had about 10 emails about it. So, just lazy. Vape Expo. This is it. Google it. Birmingham. Oh shit. 2022. Oh, it's not. Whoa! It's April the 2nd. That came up quick. Is it? No, that can't be right. That's not right. That's not right. I think that might be the one in Germany. God. No, yeah, 27th. Oh, bless you, cough you, sneeze you. It is the 27th to 29th of May.
Is that confirmed?
Yes. Yeah. 27th to the 29th in Birmingham's. It's not called the NEC, is it? It's called.
Isn't it?
No, it's named after the bookies, isn't it?
Which one? Is it a Paddy Power Arena, is it?
No, it's whoever owns the hotel. Fucking, what's the NEC called? What is the NEC in Birmingham called? Here we go. Exciting times. This is the NEC. Had to know. Fucking asshole. I thought it was called the something fucking else. Genting's Arena. That's what it's called.
Is it really?
Genting's Arena. Yeah, I'm going. I think I'm going because I want to see as many little faces as I can. I don't really spend much time in the exhibition. Oh, and Bogan's going. They're flying Bogan in. I think they're flying in Matt from Suck My Mod. They're going to try and fix his tiny lips.
Yeah.
And Great Ormond Street, we've got a surgeon who can fix his tiny face.
They've got a child with adult lips.
Yeah, they're going to swap them over.
Swap them.
They're going to swap them. And they just thought he could go there first. enjoy the last weekend of his tiny lips, and then he'll be there. Yeah, it's called a tiny mouthectomy, and they're going to give him like a wide mouth frog thing going on. I'm going. I think I'm going. I'm going.
I'll start thinking about that now.
End of May. End of May.
It's definitely an option.
That sounds like a plant. What's that? End of May. Yeah. Have to get some weed killer out.
What else do we say we're going to talk about? Oh, celebrity thing.
Celebrity
encounters.
This is so old. I will pull it up. This is so old.
Obviously, every time this comes up, I mention the fact that I've met Patrick Stewart 3 times.
You haven't said that ever.
Patrick Stewart 3 times. Jean-Luc Picard.
Did you what?
Xavier from X-Men.
Why?
So, when I was at university, he was the chancellor of that university.
Oh right, I thought you meant of the Exchequer. I thought, was he?
I think that's what they call it, the top celebrity person of the university. And yeah, so he used to. It was just uncanny, really. Every time I was in the pub, he came. He just used to do random visits every couple of months. So I met him twice, and then he gave me my actual degree scroll.
Come up with any
ceremony
film ideas when you were chatting to him in the pub?
The second time I was chatting to him, someone had said some student leaving the pub, just coming in and gone, beam me up, Scotty. And I said that must be an Iron Lurk with the inaccurate references, because obviously that wasn't your Star Trek.
No.
And he was like, "Oh, but people shout Star Wars." He was like, "People shout Star Wars slogans and things like that." And it was like, because obviously if you're not into it, you're not into it.
I always wonder what the fuck you do. Like, have you ever seen? I will do this, but have you ever seen? I've seen celebrities in weird situations, like walking past. Just leave them the fuck alone. Like the last thing they need is you just going, "Hurt you." I had this is a really.
It's just the student mindset, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a weird one. I was working in a petrol station. That's for Mark Todd, and the lead singer of Manfred Mann came in, whose name was Paul Pot, not the dictator, and he was in a series and I was going out called Uncle Jack on BBC. And he came in, he bought 2 bottles of Evian. He came up to the counter. He was wearing a smoking jacket, a cravat, and like a black shirt. And I didn't know who he was. And I said, but I didn't want him to know that I didn't think he was famous, because he was. So I said, I know you from somewhere, don't I? And he picked up his Evian and he went, "You do?" And then left. Worked quite well. Who else I met? I've met Holly from Red Dwarf in the Groucho. But met, what's his name?
My mate bought Greg Davis a pint.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And then chatted to him for hours at a bar in Manchester after he'd done a gig. That he hadn't gone to the gig. It was just he came in after. And then at the end, as Greg Davis was walking out, he paid for their whole table.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing, isn't it?
So 1 pint in, and he got the whole table back. Pretty good deal. I've got
he got the whole table for the whole night in.
Oh wow. I've got a bad one that people don't like.
It was it was the exact same as my Patrick Stewart one. Someone had said something about in-betweeners to him.
Oh right.
But then my friend really liked him from that BBC 3 thing that he did with the little bald guy. What's it called?
That's going to be annoying. There. Yeah, I follow him as well on.
I really liked it as well. But I forgot the name now. But he said, "Oh, it's so nice to hear someone liked something that actually was my thing, rather than just me popping up in something." Okay. And that's how it actually.
My celebrity thing that people don't like is that Matt Berry is a fucking bellend. Like, just the worst person you can be in a room with. Just a complete twat. Whenever you say that, they go, people go, "Oh, don't say that."
It is a shame, yeah.
He's brilliant. And it's like, he really is not. He's really a dickhead. Well, I don't think he's really old. And I go with it anyway. Here we go. Let's pretend that we did this today, this week. Oh, we've got top 10 breakfast series.
There is some new ones.
You and one other person.
Oh, I thought it looked like there'd been an outpouring.
No. I do. So it's not worth doing. We can do top 10 breakfast cereals. That was good. No, it was just, I think Gary Dibley forgot it was old and wrote something on there, but it was just me and someone pissing around. That was all it was about. Silly question. What is the top 10 breakfast cereal? This is good. This is a good question. Oh, they changed since I looked at them.
Quite subjective, though, isn't it?
Oh, whoa. I think we can all agree on the top spot has been taken by the king dingaling of cereals, Crunchy Nut.
Yep, it's great.
That is a great all rounder. We got some people coming in chat now who are telling us their ones. Paul Jones or Mike Diabo. My mate's father got served after hours by John Charles, footballer. Don't know who that is. Had to Google Greg Davis, says Andy Fairchild. Andy, get in.
Paula put a new one on.
Oh yeah. She met Rolf.
He seemed all right.
He seemed all right. Yeah, I quite like that one.
Loves animals.
Drunken Monkey sat and had beers with the guitarist from the Prodigy a few times. He had his own band. He's had his own band for a few years now. That's pretty cool. Nick Smith agrees. Matt Berry thing. He's not funny. He's exactly like that in real life. Exactly like that. There's no difference, except he goes to the toilet more often and comes back really happy about it. Don't know what's in the toilet. Anyway, best. So we got number 1, Crunchy Nut. Bang. Number 2 is a surprise for me because it must have been a late climber and it's come right in there. Shreddies.
You don't think it's bots?
No, I think it's bots. I don't think it's Shreddies.
If you have Shreddies, though, do you put sugar on?
Personally, no, not now. I might have done
now, but not now. But when you're the right age to have Shreddies,
these people are mainly between the ages.
Now.
Yeah, and they're mainly between the ages of 35 and 40. This started because Rick was telling us in a private conversation how much he loved Kellogg's Crave.
Oh yeah.
And I said I couldn't eat that. Like in the morning, fuck, I'd just be dead. I'm not eating that.
I could eat it, but I could open a can of beer.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it. So, Crunchy Nut, yes. Shreddy, yes. Right, I will say, this doesn't count. Number 3.
Why did you hide this poll from me? It doesn't appear in my feed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Number 3 does not count, which is number 3 in the cereals list is porridge. Porridge isn't a cereal. Bless you. You've got a very odd way of sneezing, by the way.
No, I've got something in my throat.
Oh, right. Number 4, a sturdy contender, Alpen.
Bloody hell.
I'm all right with Alpen. That's a grown-up child's food.
It's the number 1 use of ballast.
Now we get into some right shit. Frosties. They're just cornflakes for people who can't face reality. Don't eat Frosties. They're not good for you.
Do you know what? My son thinks Crunchy Nut cornflakes are Frosties.
Right.
Because he had Frosties at nursery.
Right.
And he said he wanted cereal, and all we have is Crunchy Nut cornflakes because that's all that's worth having.
Yeah.
And he went, "Are these Frosties?" I went, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are.
And he loves them.
But is he not a nursery go? These don't taste the same.
No, because it's school now, so he doesn't get to have them there. He can't do the comparison.
Oh,
he's got no access to Frosties.
So he shows up his house and he's like, "I've always eaten Frosties. All the time." I'm like, "They're not Frosties, mate."
Yeah. He's going to come back like, "Oh, Mark's got better Frosties than me."
Oh, these nuts. As if they'd probably go, "They're shit." I went to Mark's, he had Frosties. Someone's had
I found it.
They're bullshit. What have we got now? Weetabix.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Weetabix are classic. What are you doing? Are you sprinkling a bit of sugar? Because you want to get them a little bit damp before you sugarate. Because otherwise you just wash it off.
Like I say, I wouldn't have them now.
Me either.
But when I did have them, I did put a bit of sugar on.
But you want to get a bit moist on there, then the sugar, otherwise it's not going to stick.
Yeah, the sugar doesn't take, yeah.
Yeah, it won't take. Yeah, we all would agree on that. Cornflakes. All right.
I think that's just one of those things you know, innit? Like when to take the tea bag out.
Yeah, it is just so you know it's got to happen. Cornflakes, fine. Golden Grahams, I'm quite happy to see their little face shining out at me. A Golden Graham.
Cornflakes is a bit naff.
It is. But this is 35 to 50-year-old men, mainly, or 60-year-old men.
Yeah.
Golden Grahams, I'm quite proud of then, if that's true.
Which ones are they? What do they actually look like? Not like Cheerios.
No, little squares, and they taste like, I don't even know. They kind of taste
too middle class for my house.
Rice Krispies, slap, crackle, and pop. That's more you.
I thought they were shit as well, though.
They were. You've got to eat them quick.
It's just a bowl of milk.
That is a speed round, isn't it? The second you go, like the second the milk hits that, you've got.
And they were too noisy. All that snapping and crackling when you've got hangover.
Reese Puffs. I don't know what that is.
It's a spin-off from Reese's Pieces, is it?
Don't know. Does anybody know what Reese's?
It is, yeah, I think it is. You know the orange Reese's?
Yeah, I know.
Chocolate.
I like them.
It's
I
that
wouldn't
in a
eat
cereal,
that.
Can't believe 3 people said that.
Nestle nut clusters. That's good. That should have been higher, I feel. Nestle nut
Which is that?
Flakes with like clusters of nuts.
Is it like the fancier crunchy nut cornflakes? Have you seen those fancier crunchy nut?
They're like fancier. Yeah, like that. Like quite a plain flake, and then you get like a.
If anyone can say in chat what they call those crunchy nut cornflakes that are just better, that'd be good.
Have you ever had that? Have you ever had Marks and Spencer's muesli? You can get like milk and dark chocolate muesli.
Can't be doing muesli. Flashbacks.
Anyway, then we got a bit desperate. Cheerios only got 2, for fuck's sake. Who's putting shredded wheat? That's a big...
What's wrong with Cheerios?
We only got 2.
I thought they were solid.
Just giving it a mention now for being nice.
Yeah, no, but I'm surprised. I would have said it'd be fairly high on this. Higher than Golden Grahams.
Aldi's luxury muesli says Fizz Yam. Fizz, mate, 1 vote. Wasn't worth it, was it? Wasn't worth typing that
Bran
out.
flakes.
Just leave it.
Someone's not getting colon cancer.
Smug fuck. I would like to say that I wrote fucking Crunchy Nut. I wrote this fucking list. I wrote Crunchy Nut, and it got more than double number 2.
What about the old yogurt instead of milk?
I am one to do that from time to time. I am one to do that from time to time. A bit of yogurt.
What's that thing where you put it in the night before?
That's it. Overnight oats. Andy Fairchild has had a quick mention of overnight oats. I've got a way of making that better that is so middle class that I don't want to say it.
Quinoa.
It isn't quinoa.
Chia seeds. It
is chia seeds.
Fucking
yeah,
dirty. That's proper southerner. That.
If you put chia seeds,
you can't get them up here.
It doesn't do that. It's better. It's just better.
You can't get chia seeds up here. No use for them.
Cat litter. Do that.
We just sweep. If we got chia seeds, we just sweep it up off the floor.
Chia seeds, cat litter. Cat had shit in it, and then like 10 minutes later, it'd be overflowing with chia seeds. They're not that bad. I don't mind the taste of them. They're meant to be good for you. No kale or cancer for me. I'm not having that. Special K red berries, says Mick Blizzard. Special K is like diet food for people who don't want to be on a diet. They're like, is it
no?
What?
It's been massively disproved.
You got to taste it and go, this is diet. And they go, whoa, we didn't say that. We just said there's a picture of a woman with a swimsuit on it.
Yeah, it's like a red can of Coca-Cola and they've put diet in speech marks next to it.
Look at this.
Yeah, apparently it's just as bad as all the others.
That's just sugar-coated shit. Yeah, I know. But I quite like the whole berry thing. I've always been a fan. That's very 90s, berries. Swirly Merc says, I'm a wank, I make my own. I don't think those two things are connected, Swirly. I think just I'm a wank. I'm with Johan on this, but then I've got to find what Johan said. What the fuck did Johan say?
Mr. Intense said a fry up.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Bob Clark, I love Alpan with orange juice instead of milk. That is wrong. That's all kinds of wrong. Who's having cereal and bacon is king? I agree, Junker Monkey, but we got it. Quaker Oats with a banana for the win? No.
Where do you stand on cereal bars?
They are so bad for you. Might as well just eat a Mars bar.
Too naughty.
They're too terrible. Like I will buy them because my wife is a twat. For like I do think it's really important to eat in the morning, and sometimes
Nutri-Grain bar.
They're really bad.
Are they? Oh, that's a shame.
Sometimes we run out of time in the morning. I like to try and make things, so she just grab it. if she's got
Yeah.
to. But
I used to
I
keep
don't.
some in my glove box for the old forgotten breakfast.
Now go ahead bars like 3 calories, but it's only because they're made of mainly sugar. They're not. It's not nothing to do with being good.
Hey, I tell you what didn't get mentioned.
What's that?
Cocoa Pops.
It did. Cocoa Pops was right down near the bottom.
Wheatos.
They're on there too. Cocoa Pops 2. Wheatos just the 1. Wheatos are shit. And
Sugar Puffs.
They're nearly. That someone just mentioned that in chat. David Child just mentioned that in chat.
I'm surprised you can still call them that.
Nearly. Somebody put. Have you seen these? Somebody put it in here as well. I saw it. Hold on. Cookie Crisp. I mean, that's who you're kidding. They're just tiny cookies.
Yeah, Lucky Charms as well.
But that's just sweet. That's
It's
just
sweet,
eating
isn't it?
sweet.
Yeah.
You
What's
know,
the one that was what's the one that's a popular vape? That's Lucky Charms. Is that Lucky Charms?
No, Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, that's it.
Yeah, we don't have that in the UK. You can't buy it. It's like £8 a box. But then, can you imagine that going down the morning? They go, and your wife goes, What cereal is that? And you go, oh, minstrel cereal. What? What's minstrel cereal? It's just minstrel. You just put milk in it instead.
Yeah.
That's not a thing, John. It is if you want it to be. I've got minstrel cereal. I got some Mars bar cereal for tomorrow. They're just Maltesers. That might work.
There is a sitcom where someone says,
There is.
Oh, it's It Crowd. Yes, a Smarties cereal.
That was it. Yeah, you're
because
right.
I didn't know Smarties did cereal. He goes, you don't.
Yeah.
I just put on Smarties and then some milk.
That's a Moss joke.
It's Moss, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Moss from the
Fantastic.
joke. He's only like 10 miles down the road, Moss. He tells this great story on a podcast I was listening to about his birthday and about a local big eater that was like across the road that we all knew because I'm about the same age. He might be a year older than me. And I was listening to the podcast. I don't want to do the story, but I just had tears running down my face at
Really like him.
at 80s, 90s birthday parties. Like, they were so shit. You know, if you were like, your mum and dad went, my mum's a Lancashire lass, and she'd say, oh, we've got a big treat for you. I remember she said, we're going to a place called the Clock Tower. Like, what? We went there for lunch, and it was just a shitty fucking pub chain restaurant thing. And then my mum would put up with anything apart from bad service. But she said she's going to give us a kids menu. Is it what you having? I was like, chicken nuggets and chips. Chicken nuggets and chips, no problem. And my brother had to, and my dad had something. And the waiter took like 40 minutes to come over. She gave him the order. And about another 50 minutes went past before we got our food. And my mum just packed us up and left. It was my birthday. She was like, no, I'm not having this. Get in the car. You've ruined his birthday. It's ruined. Look at his face. He's not getting anything. He's hungry. He's going to die on the way home. And I'm like, I'm really not getting anything. No. Just went over to the Marmite sandwich. Like,
Wow.
cheers, man. You fuckface. I still remember it's called the Clock Tower in Milton Keynes. Oh, beautiful.
Right, man.
What a day. And we went to get at McDonald's as well for a birthday. The McDonald's birthday.
Yeah, well, that was a classic, wasn't it?
With Ronald. It made a difference because we only had like one McDonald's a year. So
Yeah, well, it was an actual treat, wasn't it?
it was a real treat to go to McDonald's and be
Unless
like.
the Hamburglar showed up.
I even remember do you remember what the party prize was in the back at McDonald's? I don't remember what it was.
No.
It was a plastic glove puppet of Ronald McDonald. But it was basically a bag
Right.
that you
Fantastic.
pulled over your hand. And they were like, oh, Ronald McDonald. I said, and then you have to fist someone with it, I think. I don't know what it was for. It was really weird. Because you already had a prize, hadn't you? Do you do the Happy Meal?
I remember, like, you get 12 kids get an Happy Meal, and there'll always be Quentin asking for it to be plain.
What, on a burger?
Plain cheeseburger, and everyone's like, Quentin. Classic Quentin.
Just take I hate that.
What's wrong with ketchup, Quentin?
You knew that was the one they were going to spit in as well. I mean, if you asked...
No, I don't think that's fair. I worked at McDonald's. And we didn't actually do that.
I remember they spat in... I remember my friend worked at McDonald's, and they... Johnny Walk, do you remember he used to play for Ipswich in the 80s and 90s? He came in to open the local McDonald's, and there was our first McDonald's. And about 3 people spat in that burger. that he was holding aloft for the TV for the cameras, right?
Nice.
Yay! And he ate his burger covered in spit. Somebody said Strongbow and cornflakes is when you know you've got a problem.
Yep.
You just have a can of nourishment, and then mix with Baileys. Beef dripping on toast? Not really. I never know the dripping thing. Oh, Scotty Bomford says Apple Jacks still exist. I think they probably do your way. They did here for a while, but they don't. They don't anymore. Richard Adewadi is amazing. Big batch of breakfast buns, freeze them for a week, 1 minute in the microwave. Yeah, I've done that before. Brown muffins.
Yeah, you've done that.
Yeah, it works.
Quick Stag recap. No show last week because I was on a stag do.
Oh yes, the stag.
Went to Newcastle. Just the 16 of us.
Whoa, fucking hell!
That's perfect amount if you're trying to get in a small pub.
Did you do like a kitty?
We kept talking about the fact we should have a kitty and didn't bother.
No
one wanted to hold the kitty. We were sort of doing rounds in fours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no one wanted to hold it. It was all right. We ticked 3 of the classic stag things off.
Whoa.
We went to a casino.
Right.
On the first night. Went to a strip club on the second night. Go-karting. They're all classics, aren't they?
The first 2, third one, maybe not.
Go-karting or paintballing. They're your only 2 choices on a stag, aren't they? Unless you go to Eastern European.
How uncomfortable were you?
Hold an AK.
How uncomfortable were you at the strip thing?
I don't mind them. I'm just too tight to pay anything.
I've never been in, and the drinks quite expensive. I've heard the drinks quite expensive.
Did you know what? It was a really classy spot actually, and the drinks were normal price for Newcastle.
Pretty good.
Yeah. No, it was fine. It was fine. I was incentivized to go to the strip bar and the casino because my 2 much younger cousins were coming, so it was their first. I just wanted to see their faces.
Oh, right. When you say much younger, are they like 14?
No, they're 20. But at 20, you want.
No, I agree. Yeah, my cousins are like that.
And you got to teach them blackjack and stuff.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah. I like to be the instigator of trouble at things. They're my second cousins, so my cousin's kids, Ben and Dylan, and they're always like if there's like somebody's died, they're like meerkats. Like it's John here. It's normally a bit of a knobhead, and it's like, yeah, John, there's going to be a knobhead, and then it's quite fun.
I think I'm pretty sure that they are classic stag things. People are questioning that in chat. But I'm sure paintballing.
Yeah, I'm with Junker Monkey.
No, because you need something to do in the daytime.
Mine was just. I will say, mine was just the mates I actually like.
Yeah, a normal night out
in a pub. That was all
but
I did.
You're very lucky if you get away with that.
I'm so glad. It's just me and like 5 mates who I really rarely see, and just went out and got pissed up. It was great. That's the way to do it.
The actual go-karting, I've got to say, was amazing.
Was it Spearmint Rhino, says Stuart?
No, it was a place called Blue Velvet.
You could tell it's classy with a name like that.
I tell you what, I didn't know it was a strip bar. I was being stupid, I guess. But I was because I popped out for Vape. They marched on, and I was like, right, where are you all heading? And so text you in a minute. We're going down here. And he texted me and Blue Velvet. I got there. I was like, are we going? It looks well. And I was like, are you definitely in there? You're winding me up. It looks well shady. In hindsight, the name and how it looked, it should have been more obvious.
What it was.
Yeah, and they were like £10 to get in. £10 to get in here? I still hadn't clocked what it was, and it worked it out.
I like the fact you went 10 quid, and they went tits, and you went, oh, 10 quid, that's fine.
No, he didn't give it away on the door either.
And then you walked in, and you were like, whoa, wait up. They got hardly any cards on. Look at them.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely in there. Not my scene really, but it was good. The go-karting was proper. It was a proper massive track.
It does sound good.
I'm not 2 kilometers.
I don't like go-karting. Don't mind it. I never mind anything that people don't take too seriously. As long as people don't take it too seriously, I don't.
But you had to put the full overalls on, the balaclava.
Yeah, they do. Right. I quite like
gloves. and they could do up to 60 miles an hour on the straight. The carts. It was proper. It was really proper. It was actually really tricky. I'd never done anything like that actually.
It sounds really cool. I really did sound really cool. Andy Fairchild.
And you got afterwards. You got a print out with your telemetry and times and everything. Honestly,
I lost. Last time I went go-karting was my wife's friend's stag do, and everybody there wasn't anybody who wasn't 3 stone lighter than me. Everybody was about 5'4" or shorter, and they all won by a mile. I could have just driven around. Like,
do you know what they had on this?
Such a difference.
They were all weighted.
Oh, okay. They all made a difference. They changed them up, did they?
They had these things that they attached on. If they came to your cart and you were big, they didn't put out on. If you came to your cart and you were small, they put stuff on.
Oh, okay. No, I did not do that. Andy Fairchild has said stag and hen do's are a bane of my life and flying to Spain to see my mum. But they're a bane of everyone's life on a plane.
The people on them, they're the bane of the people on the stag and hen do's life.
But they do it. They go everywhere. We've been all over the world. You get on and they're like, and there's a fucking hen do, and they're going to fucking wherever the weekend. Fuck off.
Yeah, we saw some nice bars and stuff. I tell you what, though, Newcastle is nuts. Like, they love it. They love it out there. The bars and clubs are rammed.
And the price is good as well, drinks.
No, not too bad, I suppose.
Not London.
Too bad.
£6?
No.
Not like £6 a pint.
They went in this one place and it was heaving. And it's like, where it's like steam up the windows. Mm. It's so busy and hot. It's like, we've just had a pandemic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, anyone that didn't have COVID got it now. 300 people like that, where it's like sweat dripping down the wall.
That's mental, yeah.
I just went, I'll give us a shout in a minute. And I think they went for one drink and I was like, oh, you bet.
I remember
I wasn't having that, even though I've just had it, so technically I could probably get away with it.
I went for my mate's 30th because I'm from Milton Keynes originally, and he was his 30th in Milton Keynes. Went down, and we went out for a few drinks, and he went, "Oh, do you want to go down to the club?" And we went, yeah, and we got in the club, and I said, "Oh, it's your birthday, I'll get you a drink." And he went, "Oh, cool." And I'm no shit. From the second it said to him, "I'll get you a drink," it took me 15 minutes to get him a drink. I'll get around it. By the time I got back, half the evening's gone.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Do you remember me? Here we go. And it was.
You get to bar, it's 4 deep.
And it was a shit drink. And that's the other thing. My mate, we've been friends for 35, 36 years. And it weighs about 9 stone wet. Right, so 3 G&Ts, fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so he was, and the next morning he was like really hanging. Like, oh God, do you remember last night? Yeah, everybody does. Because I was stone cold sober. Because I had 4 drinks in 7 hours.
This was a mind bender for me. They still have these in Newcastle. They had shot girls.
Wow.
Girls walking around
with tubes
trying to sell you shots. All different stuff. That's not been a thing for like 15 years, has it?
Yeah, no, nothing down south. You never see that anymore.
I was really taken aback by that.
That's like 98, 99 probably shot girls. Up to probably about 2000.
I suppose if it still works there, then...
Yeah, go for it. Night, John. Yeah, that's it, I think. If you want anything, go to justadnick.org.uk and buy some stuff. Can only range is on the way, which is mainly going to be MoMA, because it's the thing that everyone's been going on at me about. He's moved premises this week. He literally moved in on Monday, but hopefully that won't really hold back the order too much. And it should be here next week. It better be, because I'm going away from next Friday for 10 days. But after that, I'll be back. But hopefully we'll have MoMA before I do that. The order is heavily stacked towards MoMA, because it is the thing I get emailed about and messaged about every few days. MoMA.
Yeah. So what's your estimate on that then? About a week?
Yeah, about a week, maybe less.
Oof.
I'm hoping for less. Maybe
Excellent.
Tuesday next week.
You always have a little rush on before you go, don't you?
I like to do it. I like to try. My darling wife always tells me not to do that because it's not very good for me. But I said anyway. Yeah, I can walk again now, by the way, if anybody's interested.
Completely?
Not absolutely perfectly, but I haven't used the stick since last Thursday,
Happy days.
which is pretty good. I'm on a lot of painkillers, but I'm alive.
Still on the meds.
Yeah, but that's okay. I honestly, it don't mean shit compared to not being able to walk. And I had to. My physio's got COVID, so I had to have a physio appointment over the phone today. But I was okay with that because I've had that many physio things.
You still take off your trousers?
Obviously, yeah. I just took a couple of screenshots, a couple of selfies, and just sent them to her like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, we're back
Thank you
next
very
week.
much for watching. Definitely see you next week.
Maybe more tales from the stag do. Probably not.
Yeah, not that much else.
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. Stay tuned for that part 2, Stag Gate. Thank you very much for watching. Smash the like button, and we'll definitely see you next week.
Yes.
So,
bye.
Be there or be square. See you later. Bye.